Yes, Pinto.
Yes,
Sanjay
ma'am.
Pinto.
BHOK, bedroom, hall, office, kitchen. That's the new normal. Today, you don't have to carry work home. It's right there in your living room, in your face, 24/7. The mobile phone has become a part of the anatomy of many corporate executives, and email notifications are incessant, way beyond shifts and cutting across time zones. With several companies openly declaring that they are moving to the work from home format, shutting down offices and saving on rent and running expenses, where does it leave the average schedule of an employee? A fluid itinerary is a slippery slope. Now, NCP Member of Parliament Ms. Supriya Sule was sagacious, or perhaps had a premonition of the new work environment when she moved a private member's right to disconnect bill 2018, modelled on an enactment in France. But it's a pity that, like most private member bills which are attempted legislative moves by a member of parliament who is not a minister, this progressive initiative lapsed without any discussion. Now, the statement of objects and reasons reads like a well researched editorial. It factors in telepressure, info obesity, with academic references to a report of the World Economic Forum on a projected 70% incidence of mobile employees, and a study conducted by the University of Stanford, which found that the output and productivity of employees plateaued off after 50 work hours per week. I mean, that seems to be the threshold. The crux of the proposed legislation in Section 7 was twofold: to give employees the right to switch off after office hours without being obliged to answer calls or to respond to emails, and to deny employers the power to initiate disciplinary action for refusal to work beyond stipulated timings. Now, if only this idea had seen the light of day, the oft-repeated Human Resource Department diktat that off days or working hours are not written in stone would have gone right out of the window. The bill had, under Section 3, contemplated the formation of an Employees Welfare Authority. It was meant to be vested with the power under Section 8 to direct companies with more than 10 employees to enable the staff to arrive at a mutually acceptable formula on working out of office hours. And this is presumably for sectors like the media and healthcare that pretty much function round the clock, or at least are on call round the clock. That extra mile during emergencies can be an exception, not the norm. Too good to be true? Yes. Sadly, according to the PRS website, one of the most credible sources of information on law and reforms that I have come across, the last private members bill passed was in 1970. It was the Supreme Court Enlargement of Criminal Appellate Jurisdiction Bill 1968. Under the present circumstances, with employers not just saving on operational costs but also pushing the envelope by downsizing and piling on more work on less hands, isn't it time to revisit this right to disconnect bill? The right to work-life balance can draw its legitimacy from a few constitutional provisions. Article 21 of the Constitution of India, which guarantees the right to life, encompasses a decent livelihood, and that does not require undue work-related stress. Although Article 33 pertains to workers in that sense, I don't see why the reference to a decent standard of life and full enjoyment of leisure and social and cultural opportunities should not be extended to all citizens, regardless of their category of employment, especially during an extraordinary situation like this pandemic. The duty of the state to improve public health under Article 47 may only be a directive principle, but a welfare state must weigh in when there is exploitation of citizens. The big perks of corporate life, even for teetotalers and non smokers, can take on a deleterious form of hypertension, of high cholesterol, of diabetes, and other very grim lifestyle disorders. A career must not become a carrier. Health and family must always come first. We need a law to give priority some teeth, and if required, to enable workaholics to hang up on their bosses. During this pandemic, I do believe that there is a strong case to redial that right to disconnect bill.